Zwaantie gasped as she stepped into Stella. Her mind was foggy as Leo pulled her away from the wall. He stopped about 30 feet out. The last thing she remembered was Leo catching her and Phoenix kissing. Now she was on the other side holding hands with Leo. She searched her surroundings. The sky spread out in every direction, a dark inky black. A few buildings glowed not far from where they stood, but there were no trees or hills. The ground under her feet lit up. Darkness surrounded her, but she was able to see Leo clearly. In the distance, small lights shimmered. They looked like the stars, but they were on the ground, not in the sky. "Are those the stars?" she asked, pointing. "No, that's the city." Zwaantie craned her neck around to see if she could spot the stars. She dragged Leo farther away from the wall, trying in vain to find even a single star. Nothing but blackness. "You seem anxious," Leo said. "The stars! Where are the stars?" Zwaantie asked. "We're too close to the city." He pointed at the bright lights off in the distance. "You can't see them as well when there's light. When we get out on the boats, you'll see them." "Oh." Zwaantie tried to hide the disappointment in her voice. When she pictured Stella in her mind, it was only about the stars. And here she was, and there were none. She sucked in a deep breath of the heavy air and took another good look around. They were alone. "Where is everyone?" "I don't know," Leo replied. He spun around and stared deep into her eyes. "How are you feeling?" "I'm fine. Why?" "The wall can be disorienting." "I'm good. I do wonder what memories I lost." She lost whatever happened between the kiss and crossing the wall. She had to find Phoenix and figure out why they were separated. If the kiss was the last thing she remembered, maybe Leo did something to Phoenix. What if Phoenix was lost in the wall? Leo didn't seem upset about anything, so maybe he didn't remember the kiss. That would be convenient, but still not good. Phoenix might not make it across at all. Then what would she do? They followed a small glowing stone path. The path was perfectly straight, leading right into the middle of several giant glittering square buildings. Lights floated in the air near their heads, each one about 3 feet away from the last. The precision was disorienting. Zwaantie wanted to poke them and see what would happen. She'd never seen lights that weren't attached to a flame of some kind. Leo kept a tight grip on her hand and pulled her along. After a few hundred feet, they stepped in between the enormous buildings. They were painted with bright colors and large signs adorned the doors. They had very few windows, but lights still floated in the air. She and Leo were still alone. "Where is our group?" she asked, worry starting to set in. What happened in between the kiss and now? Were she and Leo the only ones who crossed? If so, why? He glanced at the mist. "I'm not sure. It's hard to say if we beat them or if they beat us." He rubbed the back of his neck. "What's the last thing you remember?" She had to lie. She couldn't risk telling him if he didn't remember. "I was standing behind the carriage admiring the mist. What about you?" "I was on my way to find you. I approached the carriage, and then we stepped into Stella." Zwaantie let out a breath of relief. Leo didn't remember he'd caught her and Phoenix kissing. While this was a good thing, the fact that they were alone in Stella was not. What happened on the other side? What did she forget? "Why didn't we go through in the carriage with the others?" Zwaantie continued to stare at the buildings. They had no pitched roofs or wooden doors, and were at least 10 feet tall.